Hello and welcome to the pizza topping tier ranking list. If you're here, you probably love pizza. Most people do. What people don't really agree on, though, is the best toppings for pizza. Lot of room for discourse here. So I'm just coming in to throw my hat in the ring and give my thoughts on what are the best pizza toppings. So as you can see, SABC, we don't mess around with D or E. These are pretty cut and dry. And then of course, gross. So, I guess we can just get right in with chicken here, the first one. So I'll say this. Everyone thinks, for the most part, chicken is fucking delicious, right? There's fried chicken, there's, baked chicken, like all sorts of different things you can do with chicken, and it tastes delicious. I don't think pizza is the best thing you can do with chicken, and I don't think chicken's the best thing you can do with pizza. There's a couple reasons for this. One, 9 times out of 10 at least, the chicken that you're gonna get on your pizza is like fully pre-cooked before it gets there, right? Like pizza's cooked pretty quick. You can't just throw raw chicken on your pizza, and in most cases, you're gonna get like some really dried out chicken. Like I've had chicken on pizza before that is dried out worse than Jussie Smollett's career. Like this stuff, it's just like sandpaper in your mouth. It really adds nothing to the pizza, especially when there's so many other kind of superior meats you can get. So, look, I'm gonna put chicken in C tier. There's a lot of good toppings here. I gotta leave myself some room up here. If you like chicken on your pizza, more power to you. And it's been, like, I've had it. It's good sometimes, certain places. But overall, nah. You know what? It's my video. I'm gonna jump around. You can't stop me. I'm gonna do spinach next. It caught my eye, so we'll go here. Spinach on pizza, to me, is like the definition of mid. Like, it's good, but you're not gonna go ape shit over this being on your pizza. It's one of those things where, like, if you're ordering, like, a veggie deluxe, like, yeah, yum, there's some spinach on there, it gives it a little bit of a different taste, but, like, I don't think anyone's going out there and just ordering, like, a large cheese with just spinach as their topping. If someone did do that in front of me, I would probably call the cops, because that person's, like, kind of a fucking psychopath. So, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna go B. It's not too bad. Not great. Okay, pepperoni. Now we're getting into it. One time my doctor told me that if I ate any more pepperoni, I'd probably get sick and get cured. That's yeah, oof. Look, pepperoni's an S tier. There's no doubt about it. I don't know. Like, what can you say about it? It's like the pizza topping. When someone draws a picture of a pizza, like half the time, they'll draw pepperonis on it. Like that's what your brain thinks of when you think of pizza. It's delicious. It goes perfectly with the cheese, with the bread. Like it's the king for a reason. It's absolutely going S tier. That's all there is to it. Anchovies. Oof. Man, I don't know. When I was a kid, I would always just think of the Ninja Turtles. They would love their anchovy pizza, but they also loved like bananas and peanut butter on there too. So I don't know if they're necessarily like the best judge of taste to go by there. I mean, these things are pretty infamous in America. A lot of people, whether or not they've tried them, they just think they're gross. They do have a little bit of a smell. And also, every now and then, they've got like these little hairs on them, which is not very cash money of you, anchovies. Like, you don't want that in your mouth while you're eating fish. So yeah, I don't know. They're, at the same time, like, I kind of don't want to put them in gross, because they do have a place, like, I feel like, if you were in Italy sitting down with like a fine Italian pizza, had a little bit of anchovy on it, it'd probably be delicious. I've personally had them like chopped up really small in like Caesar salads and different things, so I don't know. I do think they should stay in their lane. And I'm torn. I don't know. I think if I put them with C with chicken, like people will probably just cut my head off. But I think I'm gonna put them in a soft gross. Like they're almost. I could almost put them here, but I'm gonna put them here. They're fine. They're not good on pizza. Sorry. All right, fresh mozzarella. Man, this is kind of a no-brainer. We've got to put this in S. I mean, if you're gonna have fresh melted cheese on your pizza, like that's just gonna make your whole experience so much better. Not to mention the fact that it is basically a margarita like pizza staple, which is one of the classic, like most delicious kinds of pizza. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, mozzarella's on pretty much most pizzas anyway. I'm considering this a little different in terms of like this is more like just having like a fresh ball of mozzarella on your pizza as opposed to like mixed in with a cheese blend. So this is its own thing to me, and it's still much deserving of S tier. All right, speaking of margarita pizza, I see basil over here, and that's to me that's a no-brainer in S tier too. Basil is fucking delicious. I don't care what you're eating, it will pretty much always be improved by basil. I've had it in ice cream, I've had it in butter, obviously pastas, pizzas, like it's delicious. It's one of the best fresh herbs, and it's so good on pizza. The mistake that people occasionally make is they put the basil on too early. You really want to put the basil on and just put it back in the oven for like a minute or two, just so it crisps up just slightly, but it's still almost raw on the top. You can even put it raw on the top if you prefer to, that's fine. Again, like staple of the margarita pizza with basically 3 ingredients: cheese, basil, tomato. One of the best, most classic pizzas. Like that doesn't exist without basil. I don't even know if pizza. I don't even want to live in a world where pizza exists without basil. Like that's how important basil is to this whole what we're doing here in life and with pizza. Like it's as simple as that. Also, I should say, absolutely love oregano. Unfortunately, it's not down here, so we're not gonna bother. But that would probably go S tier as well for pizzas, pastas, anything like fresh oregano. So good, so good, so good. Anyways, while I'm talking about margarita, we'll just go tomatoes next. I'm not sure if this is supposed to be any one specific kind of tomato. We're just gonna include these as like any fresh tomatoes on your pizza. Whether it's like a completely fresh sauce that's like made from scratch that day, or like big chunks of tomatoes on pizza, that can be delicious too, as long as you cook them well. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you don't have pizza without tomato again, so that to me is an easy S tier. I don't know. Fresh tomatoes on really anything is just fucking delicious. I tried to think of a fancier word with my limited vocabulary, but no word that I could memorize the whole dictionary. It would not describe to you how delicious a fresh, like, good tomato is on top of a pizza. Okay, next up we're gonna do meatballs. Meatballs is a tough one because meatballs can vary a lot. Not all meatballs are created equal, that's for sure. There's so much variety in like taste and quality of meatballs, whether they're on pizza or in general, that it's like this could go anywhere, right? Like I think we've all had a pizza maybe with some meatballs that's just nasty, and then we've probably all had one that's like delicious as heck too. So I think I'm gonna put it right in the middle, just because it's kind of a wild card. Like you don't know what you're gonna get with meatballs. All right, since we've already covered the balls, let's move on to the shaft, which is a nice casing here of sausage. Again, sausage on pizza, a lot of variety. Sometimes it's good, a lot of times it's really not. I can't say that I want to put this as high as meatballs. I really feel like it's more in the chicken territory. A lot of people might be mad for me at this one. Like this is S or A to some people. Like this is their go-to. For me, no, sorry. Sausage, I don't know. You're going C tier. All right, next up, onions. Look, I love onions. I truly do. Especially these like delicious red onions, like in this picture here. I always love a few like rings of these on my burgers. Like I'll just cover my burger with onions. I cut them into pieces and throw them in my salads. Delicious there too. Like perfect for, you know, marinaras. I love onions. Just aren't that good on pizza. I don't know. I think it's because a lot of the time they just end up being overcooked, right? Or maybe it's they don't complement the cheese so well. But pizza just ain't it for onions for me. I would devour this picture raw with a little bit of just even salt or like olive oil or like whatever. But when it comes to pizza, yeah, I don't know. They just end up like gooey, slimy little chunks of whatever that don't really add much. I'm gonna put that at C tier. Now, if you do want your breath to smell like shit for the next 4 hours, I highly recommend getting garlic on pizza. I don't know, widely touted back in the day for like its medicinal benefits by ancient doctors. The one thing I've personally seen garlic cure is my own depression, or at least as long as I was eating it for anyways. Garlic is fucking delicious. It's so good to like I don't know. It makes the crust taste delicious. It makes everything taste delicious. To me, garlic is S tier. I'm gonna put that up there, and you know what? Like, you can always brush your teeth after. There's nothing wrong with just loading your food with garlic. It's gonna make your night better. All right, bacon. Well, now that I've already besmirched sausage, I guess we'll knock out this trio of pig meat still left on the table here. Bacon. You know, I love bacon. Again, like, I don't know if it's the best meat to put on top of cheese. It's clearly good. Similar to meatballs, you can get some like dry, crusty, like nasty, chewy bacon on there, or you can get some delicious bacon on there. And it's really kind of 50-50. So to me, I think that belongs smack dab in the B tier as well. Okay, let's get to prosciutto. Prosciutto is delicious. I've only had it on pizza a couple times, if I'm being honest, but just having it on its own, or like with a little cracker or cheese or just salt, yeah, oh my god, amazing. Everyone should have prosciutto at least once in their life. Honestly, like I want to put it A, but no, it deserves S. It's every bit as good as pepperoni. It is top tier meat on your pizza. Highly recommended, highly. And finally, ham. Okay, nothing against ham, but we just did prosciutto, and this, you know, it can't compete. It's like that you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about meme. Yeah, that's what ham is here. Ham to me, I mean, I don't even want to put it as high as bacon. I think we put this C tier. I think ham goes C. Sorry, not for me. I'm sure there's somebody out there who, like, looking at my C tier would just love all 4 of those on a pizza, and that would be their ideal pizza. More power to you, dude. I don't know. Not for me, not for me. Well, we just did ham. We might as well do pineapple. We are firmly in degen country at this point, folks. You enjoy pineapple on your pizza. I don't want to say anything mean. I just think you should shut this video off, go outside, touch grass, find God, whatever you need to do to get your shit in order. Get help, please. Get this off your pizza. Like, no, just no. Olives. Speaking of olives, I fucking love olives. I don't know what else to say. They're one of my favorite foods. They make everything better. That said, I don't know if they're the greatest thing on pizza. I think I'm gonna go A tier, which is still very high, of course. I don't know. Especially black olives, Greek olives. I don't know. The green ones are good too, but man, olives are just delicious. But they do kind of get lost on pizza sometimes, like sort of drowned out in the cheese, I feel like. Probably because I'm usually just eating like basic ass American black olives on pizza. I don't know. They're delicious. I highly recommend them. They're a kind of thing that you either love or you hate. I love them. They're going A tier. Alright, Brussels sprouts. I recently tried Brussels sprouts again for the first time since I was a little kid, because a lot of the foods I hated when I was a little kid, I love now. Brussels sprouts is not one of those. This is still not great. Yeah, I don't know. Giving it C tier would be too generous. This has to go in gross. Sorry, sprout fans, but ugh. And on pizza, like, of all the places, like, I don't know, man. It's a roasted vegetable. Like, it belongs in a stew. Get that off your pizza. Alright, broccoli. I personally think broccoli is awesome on pizza. I think part of the reason is because it tends to be like a little undercooked in the best way possible. It adds like a lot of crunch and texture, and if you have like other veggies or meat on there, I think it's actually really good. I want to put it up in A, honestly, but I don't think it's quite to the level of olives. And B's looking pretty good, yeah. I think B is where broccoli belongs. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I recommend it. If you haven't tried it, try broccoli on your pizza. Maybe not just broccoli, but, you know, get it with, like, a couple other veggies or some meat or something. I think it's good. It's good. Artichokes. This is more of a classic Italian thing, I think. Artichokes are really big in Italy. Not so big over here in the States. I don't know. I like artichokes a lot. They're really yummy. Especially if, you know, like artichoke dip. Just roasted artichokes. Good stuff. Usually I've tried them on pizza when it's like a veggie supreme type deal again, and they're always like kind of overcooked. I feel like they usually 90% of the time come out of the can, at least over here. I don't know, I can't put these B tier, honestly. I have to put them C. They're not gross, but at least in America, like the artichokes that we have on our pizza, not that good. Don't really add much. And finally, jalapenos. Not too excited about these on my pizza, if I'm being honest. Love them on tacos and other food and all that stuff. Doesn't really complement pizza well, in my opinion. That said, I'm not sure if I want to put them in gross. I think that's more of a C tier. I don't know. They really don't add much. We'll put them on a C tier. I feel like they're lower end of C tier. I feel like I'd rather have some of these other C tiers on there even, but you know, they're not terrible. If you enjoy them, good for you. And there you have it. And well, actually no. Thanks for watching.